Okay, let's go over the last two questions on this week's Edit and Revise passage practice. Number 21 says, how should sentence 25 be changed? Again, you're going to underline sentence 25 and changed. Okay, before you look at your answer choices, go back and see if you can figure out what's wrong with sentence 25. Okay, so let's go back to the passage and find sentence 25. Underline it. Okay, let's read it. I kept the glove on my right hand and picked up a ball with my left. I kept the glove on my right hand and picked up the ball with my left. Okay, so if it doesn't jump right out and bite you about what's wrong with this sentence, that's okay. We're going to look at our answer choices. Okay, so let's look at A. A says change kept to keeped. Kept to keeped. Okay, so find the word kept on sentence 25, and above it write the word keeped. Okay, so I keeped the glove. Would you say I keeped the glove on my right hand? Or I kept the glove on my right hand? Kept is the correct past tense of the word keep. Okay, this is an irregular verb. That means that you have to change the spelling to make it past tense instead of just adding ed to the end. So this is not the correct way to write the past tense of keep. So we are going to leave it as kept. So on our answer choices, this was already correct, so we're not going to change it. This can't be our answer choice. Let's look at B. Delete the comma after hand. Delete the comma after hand. So let's go back and find the word hand. Okay, here's the word hand. It wants us to delete this comma. So we need to ask ourselves why this comma is here. And what I notice is that this comma is right next to a conjunction, a fanboy and. So I'm going to circle the whole thing because this is a comma conjunction. And whenever we see a comma conjunction, we need to stop and think it needs to be complete on the left and complete on the right in order to use a comma conjunction to join two complete sentences together. So let's see if it's complete on the left-hand side of our comma conjunction. I know that I kept the glove on my right hand. This is a complete sentence. Okay, let's check the other side of our comma conjunction. I know that picked up a ball with my left. Who picked up a ball? Does it say in this part of the sentence? No, this is a fragment. So we've got a complete sentence on one side and a fragment on the other. We do not need this comma. All we need is the conjunction. The only time I need the comma conjunction is when I'm joining together two complete sentences. So that's probably going to be our answer choice, but let's see if there's a better answer choice. C says change and to I. Change and to I. So let's find the word and let's put in the word I above it. Okay, so this would be if this comma was still here. I kept the glove on my right hand. I picked up the ball with my left. If I change the word and to I would be creating a run-on sentence. Okay, because I'm putting two complete sentences because you're adding a subject. So you would be putting two complete sentences together with just a comma, no fanboy. That would be a run-on sentence, not a compound sentence, okay? Or not a complete sentence. So we're going to keep and, we're not going to change it to I because that would be creating a problem. That would be creating a run-on sentence. We don't like run-ons. Don't like run-ons and we don't like fragments. Okay, D says change picked to pick. So what's the difference between these two words? Okay, this one has the base word pick and has ed on the end. And we know that when we add ed to the end of a verb, it makes it past tense. Okay, this one is just the plain old English word with nothing added to it. That's a base word. Okay, so do we need it to be past tense or just regular? Let's see. Find the word picked. Okay, above it we're going to put pick. And let's read it with the word pick. I kept the glove on my right hand and pick up a ball with my left. Okay, are we talking about just any ball? Or are we talking about, are we talking about present tense or past tense? A good way to look at this is to look at the sentences around it. I see the ed on tossed. Okay, this is past tense in the same sentence. This verb is past tense, kept. We just talked about that verb. Above it, in the paragraph before it, felt is a past tense verb. Didn't is a past tense. Okay, handed. Oh no, that's not left-handed. Said. Let's see. Slipped. Okay, those are all past tense, so we want to keep it past tense. So we would not want to change it to just present tense. Pick. This would be present. We want to keep it past tense because the rest of the whole passage is past tense. So we wouldn't want to change it to present tense in the middle of the passage. Okay, so B is going to be our answer because we don't need that comma. We do not need the comma because it's not going to be a compound sentence. Okay, let's look at number 22. What change, if any, needs to be made in sentence 34? Okay, change in sentence 34. Before you look at your answer choices, go back to the passage and see if you can figure it out. Okay, your sentence 34. Let's underline it. And read it. Within a few weeks, I had moved from the outfield to first base and finally to the pitcher's mound. Within a few weeks, I had moved from the outfield to first base and finally to the pitcher's mound. Okay? Do you think you might see what's wrong? If not, that's okay. We're going to look at our answer choices. Okay? F says change I had moved to moving. Change I had moved to moving. So let's go back and find I had moved in sentence 34. So it says I had moved, and it wants us to change this to moving. Okay? So within a few weeks, moving from the outfield to first base and finally to the pitcher's mound. Okay? Is this happening right now, or did it happen in the past? Okay, we just talked about that in this sentence, that it was past, the whole passage is past tense. So adding ing makes it present tense. Had moved makes it past tense. We need to keep had moved to keep it past tense. It already happened. Yep, there I am. Okay, so we want to keep had moved. We don't want moving. G says change finally to finally. Change finally to finally. This was actually on your last checkpoint. Okay, this is one that you need to use dictionary.com to look it up. Okay, these are actually both words. One of them means lastly, the other one means small. Okay, so let's see which one that we need. If we were to look it up in the dictionary, so let's find the word finally and put finally above it. Okay, if you look look at this word, this is a base word with ly on the end, okay? When we add ly to a base word, it usually means it's turning it into an adverb, and it's describing how we're doing something, okay? So this would be finely. Do you see how this E is making this I say his name, okay? Finally. We don't want the word finally. We want the word finally. Finally, F-I-N-A-L-L-Y, means lastly. Okay, if you were to look it up in the dictionary, you would see the definition for this word matches what we're trying to say in this sentence, where this word, the definition would not match what we're trying to say in the sentence. Okay, so this is the one we want to keep. This one does not match. Okay, so this is the one we want to keep. We don't want this one. That's not our answer choice. Okay, H says change pictures to pitchers. The difference between these two words, they both have an S on the end, but this one has apostrophe S. Apostrophe S means possess or ownership. Let's just say ownership. Or possessive. It's a possessive noun. Okay, the pitcher is owning something. So let's see if the pitcher is owning something in this sentence. Okay, here's the word pitchers. Apostrophe S. Okay, the pitcher's mound. Okay, within a few weeks, I had moved from the outfield to first base and finally to the pitcher's mound. Whose mound is it? It's the pitcher's mound. The pitcher is owning the mound. It shows ownership. Okay, the mound. Whose mound is it? It's the pitcher's mound. So we need apostrophe S. This S on the end of the word pitchers, if there's no apostrophe, it means more than one. Okay, are we talking about more than one pitcher, or are we talking about something that the pitcher has? The pitcher's mound. We want the apostrophe, so that would be our answer choice. Okay, we do want to make this change. So, Jay says sentence 34 does not need to be changed. We know that it needs to be changed to pitcher's mound. Okay, so H is our answer choice. And on this one, if we were using cups, we added an apostrophe here, and apostrophes are punctuation. Okay, on this one, number 21, using cups, we deleted the comma after hand, which is also punctuation rule. Okay, we did our cups yesterday. I don't think we did our cups on Monday. So let's look at 18. The answer was change good to well. We took one word out and put a new word in. When that happens, that is usage. They did not use the proper word. Okay, and then on A, on 17, we changed capital C to lowercase c. So that would be considered capitalization. All right, guys, study this. You can watch these videos over again to get ready for the checkpoint next Wednesday. You guys, most of you will be in class with us Wednesday, so we're going to go over another passage next week and just kind of touch on a few things that you need to know before we take the actual checkpoint on Wednesday. So I look forward to meeting all of you. I'm excited to have you in the classroom and can't wait for next week.